Alright, so let's move on to how Anime North could have been made better. And I think we can all agree that the Namanoichi could have been handled way better this year.
Oh, totally.
Yes, very, very much so.
That
Well, I thought once you got in, it was great.
Which is
But
usually how it goes, but up
yeah,
until that point,
yeah, the preparation
just a
seemed really
disaster.
awful.
yeah.
Couldn't
The
couldn't make a line where you were making a line. You
Yeah,
just
like
couldn't do
we went there like an hour early because we wanted to line up, right? Get our shit and get out because it
it.
gets packed in there. Lots of people are going. It's basically like the amount of people in the dealer's room, but with half the size.
Half the time. Well,
Yeah,
a lot less than half the time.
yeah. There you only have like I think
It's
they're
like a
only open for
flash
like
sale.
what 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of you can reserve stuff through the forums because all the sellers have their stuff online. They'll do reservations, and you
That
have to
was new.
get it in the first half hour, or they put it on the table.
Mhm.
So there's definitely an initial rush that you want to beat.
Mhm.
And so when we got there an hour early, the sellers were lined up to enter, and it's like,
Yeah.
why are they lined up? Just
Yeah.
let them in so they can prepare.
Yeah. There's plenty of room. I mean,
Yeah, like I
the
don't know.
the
I don't
whole
know if they
the
were
whole
like,
hall was empty,
yeah,
but they were making them line up, and they had to like they were. I don't know. Were they setting up one at a time? It was
I
horrible.
don't know what they were doing, but it looked like it was a complete mess.
It was a disaster.
And
And then
like,
that line bled out into the right in front of the celebrity lineups too. So
yeah,
yeah. Oh,
there,
you can't line up here. Well, then why did you put the line right there?
yeah,
That's
they didn't
terrible.
they didn't have enough space for the line, so the line was just kind of like people were just forming their own line after the
Mhm.
line, and they're like, no, you have to leave and come back. The line's too long. You're blocking this. I'm like, well, that's not really anyone's fault but your own. Because last year they had two lines that were super fucking long.
Yeah, they
Except they had
curled
this
up.
they had the space for it, so it wasn't a problem. Everything was taken care of. They had the guardrails to like guide you the line, like make the line shaped the way it was. This
Yep.
year they had one line that was like half the size of one of them last year. They had a quarter of the line space and expected that to be okay.
Yeah,
There's only
that
going to
was.
be more people each year as more people are hearing about it because it's not a super advertised thing.
No,
I had remember the first time we went, they'd actually had a couple of the years before and we didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
no, we didn't even
And it ends
because
up
it's
being so
just
much better than the dealer room. You
Yeah,
yeah.
get
because
actual deals and stuff.
yeah,
Well,
because
because it's
it's
just
just
people, right?
yeah, it's random people. They're not like the dealer's room is like shops and stuff.
Hmm.
These are it's just like a yard sale. But yeah, that was pretty cool. That's definitely how Anime North could have been made better. Otherwise, I think it was pretty solid on every other front.
Yeah, I wouldn't really have any other recommendations. We
Like,
didn't have any mix-ups with the hotel.
Oh yeah, the
So,
hotels were fine
no.
this year.
The exit to the dealer room was awful.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah,
that was in a weird
As much
spot
as
too.
like they had a great setup for the dealer room itself, because you went in basically right there. The great setup for the artist alley, but the way that you got between the two was one set of double doors that was right beside, like it was surrounded by shops,
yeah,
Yeah,
and you couldn't get out without this being this huge flood of people. And it's like there was another set of doors that led to the exact same place, and they had a guy sitting there who's like, "No, you got to go to the other ones. You can't use these
yeah,
doors." There was no reason for it whatsoever.
yeah. That was a little silly. It got pretty congested when you were trying to leave.
yeah.
And because they had set up everything the complete reverse as they had the other years, like they had the artist area where the dealer's room was, the dealers where the artist area was, I got super lost
Yeah,
because I remember I was trying to meet up with you guys. I was trying to get to the wrestling ring, and I was like, "Oh right, everything's backwards. I'm on the wrong fucking side. Wish I had
Yeah,
known that before I got here."
yeah. It was slightly confusing.
Yeah. I mean, like, still good. Like, that's my fault for just being an idiot. But yeah, they could have used bigger exits and entrances. It got a little too crowded.
Yeah, I don't know who runs that whole like setup of what goes where, but they definitely dropped the ball this year.
Yeah.
They could have done it a little better than that. Like all the previous years were the layout was better. I don't know if they were using less space or more space. I don't know because there's more room in that convention center.
Yeah.
But and I know they don't use 100% of it. I don't know. They changed the layout this year. It definitely wasn't for the better. Like there was a lot of dead ends. It was like
yeah.
you get funneled into certain areas, and then there was a lot of parts where you couldn't leave. You had to turn around and go
Yeah.
back. Yeah. I remember all previous years. if you ever really got into a spot, you just went out any of the exits, and you could get out in the parking lot outside. You could leave any direction really.
Yeah.
And this year it was like there was so many dead ends. Like you'd be walking down a plate, and then boom, there'd be like, you can't go here. You got to turn around. And then they were getting mad at people who were like jumping over the barriers to get around the crowd, like just to leave.
Yeah.
They're like,
No, you can't leave that way. It's like, I'm just leaving. It's not like you're cutting in line or anything.
Yeah,
sir.
you're
You're just getting out of
Yeah.
the building. They're
like
no, you gotta
I can
walk back to
understand
the-
I can understand having one entrance because they do have to check badges, but you
Yeah.
should have multiple exits
You should be able to leave any, and
Yeah.
then just have people
because
on
they
the
don't need to
outside of the
check your
door.
badge when you're leaving. Just have someone like nearby, like making sure no one's going in the exits, and that's it.
It was really weird trying to go into some places too, because you'd check your badges at the door, and then there was another guy like 5 feet ahead, and then there was another guy like 5 feet ahead of that.
Yeah,
I
like
know.
they're
There's
really
so many checks. I don't know if they like
had an increase of like badge fraud or something. I don't know, but there was way more checks for badges this year.
yeah, security was tighter. So what do you guys think you could have done to have made your Anime North experience better? Do you regret missing anything, or did you feel like you didn't do enough things?
As much as I wanted to just go get pictures, but then once I was there, I'm like, I really should have tried for a costume, especially when you, Derek, were getting stopped every like 10 minutes or every 10 seconds. It's like, yeah, I could have tried harder because that's
I
really
wouldn't say it
fun.
was every 10 seconds.
You were
but
getting stopped a lot.
I got significantly more cosplay love than I have previous years because I went to something a little more well known.
Yeah. But that once I got there, I'm like, I should have tried and made an actual costume instead of just my thrown together Frank West thing that nobody. I mean, it's a Western character from a Western game in a.
Well, people still recognize you as Frank West.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
wasn't. It's not like my previous years doing Sid Highwind where I'm getting stopped a lot.
Oh yeah, that was a solid costume.
So
Yeah, I received a lot of love as Beelzemon this year. Everyone was just really happy to see it. And the cards I was giving away too, people were losing their shit over those
Oh, yeah.
cards. Like, it was the best thing they've seen all bloody weekend. It was really great. I really liked that.
Good
and
idea.
I'm super surprised that it hasn't been done before. Because, like, man, Pokemon's huge. You see tons of Pokemon cosplayers. Why haven't you made a Pokemon card of your costume? This isn't an original idea. How come no one's done this yet?
Wow. I don't know.
It's not
Maybe
that
you're just
hard.
a fucking genius.
I'm a fucking genius.
Fucking smart.
I'm saying it now. I hope to see fucking Pokemon, Digimon cosplayers. You guys better be handing out Pokemon and Digimon cards of yourself next year. I'm starting this thing. It's rad. Get in
but
contact
just
with me. I'll
anything that
help
has
you.
a card game.
Yeah.
If you do a Final Fantasy VIII, I want some triple triad cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
I want
just
triple triad cards.
people contact me. I'll help you make them. It's not hard. Well, I guess it is for people that aren't super into that stuff. So that's why I'm going to help you.
I think I can handle it. Although I'm not going to go as a Pokemon or a Digimon. Although maybe a Galleon. I don't know. Maybe I have to.
Oh, you kind of have to. We saw that one Galleon cosplayer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to do Galleon.
Galleon
Pick it up.
from the PlayStation game Lunar. It's important to say because I feel like no one's played that game but you.
Well, that's okay.
And that guy?
It's the best game ever, but I'm going to have... I like to keep it to myself.
Yeah,
So there's more copies for me.
it's a secret Tim's game.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Excellent.
Tim, you have to cosplay as a Galleon because we saw a Galleon and now I don't think you're the biggest fan anymore.
Yeah, I got to step up my game.
You gotta reassert your dominance in the Lunar community.
Yeah. All three of us. There's the makers, that other guy, and me.
Yeah,
We're
and
the
you're
community.
second right now.
Yeah.
The makers are
That guy
third.
probably has more Galleon punching puppets than you do.
No one has more Galleon punching puppets than me. No one.
Tim, is there anything that you regretted about Anime North that you wish you could have done?
Yeah, I should have cosplayed as Galleon.
Well, you can do that next year. You can make up for it.
Yeah, that's what I regret this year. Other than that, no. I had a great time.
I
Hey.
feel like I didn't do enough things. Like, I was perfectly content with my Anime North, but I shopped, I took pictures, and I attended the Digimon photo shoot and the Digimon panel.
Hmm.
That's kind of all there is to do at the Anime North now, because everything else is too busy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the panels and stuff at Con Bravo are a lot better for that, so I actually enjoy the panels there. But at Anime North, it's like, okay, the panels are going to be way too busy. I'll just stay outside, get pictures, and then hang out and shop and see some friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even
After
the
experiencing the panels like from previous years, it's not really worth it because if you like, they're always way too busy, and you don't even get real discussions happening. They're always just like, "Oh yeah, this is my favorite," blah blah blah, and then it's done.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
usually pretty basic. I like to attend the Digimon panel just 'cause I don't know, people are talking about Digimon, and
Mhm.
that's not a thing that ever happens at any other time in my life as much as I wish it would.
Yeah. I like the idea of panels. I
Yeah.
like discussing.
Well, like the people that do attend, like, I mean, they're busy because a lot of other people like them. We're just creepy
Mhm.
antisocial, but you know, keep doing it because everyone else likes it. And
Yeah.
another thing is, we don't really keep up on new anime that much.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
we mentioned Kill la Kill and Attack on Titan, but we're usually just rewatching old favorites or watching old stuff. So with a
Mhm.
bunch of new anime, I'm just like I don't know what most of these are because I'm still in early 2000s.
and a lot of the
Yeah.
panels there, especially at Anime North, are a lot of the same ones. It's like, you know, you
Yeah.
got the tons of Yaoi Yuri panels or the, you know, what not to do at a convention panels and stuff like
Yeah,
that. I'm
there's a
just
lot
like,
of like the kind of showy sort of ones
yeah,
Yeah.
that aren't based on a thing but based on a theme really.
Those
yeah.
are stupid, anyways.
I don't know.
Well,
I feel like next year I want to do a bunch of stuff that I've never done in Anime North before. I want to go to like a fucking doll making session and make a doll just because
You want to go to Dull North?
yeah, I'm gonna go make a doll next year. I
should
don't know anything about it, but that's why I want to do it.
you should do
Actually, no.
the donut one at some point. The
Donuts.
Trigun
The
donut
donut.
eating contest.
Yeah.
You make a
Yeah.
big donut with a bunch of toppings and you eat it.
Mm.
I'm not very good at eating. So I
That
don't
That doesn't
sounds.
matter.
That, right?
I guess
Everyone's good at
that's an
eating.
excuse to eat a giant donut, sure.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I thought you were gonna say
That's
you didn't
awesome.
like donuts, and I was gonna say you're wrong.
You're wrong.
You're wrong
That's
about
not.
that.
No
You-
one has. That's not an opinion.
You
It's
go
just a
have a
fact.
donut
Everyone
and
likes
convince
donuts.
yourself better. Yeah, so that's kind of it for how I could have enjoyed better. I want to do more things that I haven't done.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll catch up on what the kids are doing these days and attend some new panels. I didn't.
Damn
If
young.
there was an Attack on Titan panel, I wouldn't consider attending it because it'd be like spewing out into the hallway.
Yeah.
That's like how we didn't take pictures of Attack on Titan cosplayers. I took a couple of the Titans because
Yeah,
there was a
why
few, but
even bother? There's just billions of them.
yeah, the people that were in uniform, the soldiers' uniforms, like, no, I don't need a picture of that. Everywhere, they're like fucking Tim Hortons at Anime North. You can't look a
Yeah.
direction without seeing one. All right,
Very true.
on the topics, I'm gonna save highlights for last because that's kind of a scattered category. How about purchases? What'd you buy, Tim? I know you bought one thing in particular. I'm sure you
Hell
really
yeah.
want to talk about.
Well, I bought two things. I didn't really buy much this year. I bought the Pokemon board game at the Nomanoichi, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cheap.
Did you take a look at it? How does it play?
I have not played it, and I have not looked at the rules, but I did like open it to. It seems like all the pieces are there. I gotta give it a try sometime, but that's pretty cool. Pokemon board game, like from the '90s. I'm pretty sure it's like '98 or something like that.
Yeah, it came out when Red and Blue came out, around the time
Yeah.
of the show and the movie and stuff.
Yeah, so
I
that
did-
seems like a lot of fun. And then I bought Lunar. I bought a box set, complete collector's edition of Lunar. I mean, I already had the game, and I already had all the things in it, but I wanted to get the official. I never really had the box set. I have Lunar 2.
Yeah.
I bought it like brand new from a store, so I have like the 100% complete. The box that I got for Lunar 1 was the box itself on the outside was a little, like, roughed up a little.
Yeah,
like,
I saw it. Looked a little scratchy.
But the inside was like brand new, like
Yeah.
almost factory sealed.
Well, if
Everything
you
was
consider how
perfect.
old the game is, you're not gonna find a box with an outside better looking than that, anyways.
No, the box was
Unless
the only
it's
thing that was
sealed,
a
and then
little
you're
roughed up.
paying a lot more than you did for it.
Yeah, no, I thought that was a reasonable price for completing my collection of the original box set collector's editions.
Yeah, 'cause that's like what
Plus,
your
now I-
favorite game.
Oh, easily top favorite, 1 out of 1.
Yeah.
But now that I have that one, I can put that one on display and just use my original copy for continued play.
So there's nothing Lunar you don't own. Is this correct?
Well, it depends on what you
consider anything Lunar. Like I don't own any of the Japanese Sega Saturn,
Well, I
Sega
mean, like
Saturn.
official North American Lunar products. You have them
Anything
all.
that was released in North America. Well, there was only 2 games, right? So I
Yeah.
have both games, but then I also have the collector's edition Punching Puppet, which came with a pre-order of Lunar 2, which I didn't get because that was like in I think 1999.
Yeah, it was a
I
long
didn't have
while
a
ago.
job back then.
No.
It was like 12, 13. Yeah, so I didn't get the pre-order, but I ordered one online. Actually, 3 of them.
Yeah.
3 punching puppets. I'm the world's official top collector of galleon punching puppets.
I really hope someone's gonna call you out and they're gonna have like 4.
They have 4. They're like, nope, I got 4. I'll buy them off them.
Yeah,
Anyone
you'll buy them
listening
out.
that has punching puppets, I'll buy them off.
Make him an offer he can't refuse for those galleon punching puppets.
Yeah, oh, they're so cool.
Dude,
And like mine aren't like I don't have them completely sealed. Never gonna use them. I've opened all of them.
well, yeah, you gotta play with them.
Yeah,
You gotta
I'm
gotta
not one of
punch your
those,
friends
like,
with them.
I don't collect things just to have them sit pretty in a case, right?
Yeah.
I use them. They're pretty fun. Pretty cool. That's all I bought.
How about you, Jamie? Tell us about all the swag you got.
Oh, I got a
YOLO
bunch of stuff.
swag.
And very little of it actually from the dealer's room because there was nothing in it that was worth buying at the time. It was like, oh, this would be cool, but I can get this online later because it's going to be the same price or lower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
But
were
I
all
picked up-
stores, like, so you can just get that stuff online cheaper a lot of the time too.
Yeah. But from the Nomanoichi, I got Tales of Vesperia for the 360, which was the same price as it had been in the dealer room, but I figure it's a game that I wanted, might as well get it from someone who I'm helping directly.
Yeah. You like with the store, it's like, oh, they have their income planned out, but random guy, maybe he's doing this because he needs some cash,
Yeah. And then I continued my tradition of picking up a Final Fantasy figure, and this year I got Yuna from Final Fantasy X, and she's sitting on my shelf now. There's not enough room with my other figures, but she's sitting down with Link now, and that's pretty cool. I also picked up another figure. It's Vash and Nicholas from Trigun, and I got that. It was both of them. They were $20 for the pair. And some guy in front of me was like, "How much for the Trigun statue?" And the girl's like, $20. And he's like, "I'll think about it." And he walked away. And I'm like, "I'm gonna take that now." I kind of feel bad for that guy, but
Yeah.
snooze, you lose.
Yeah, you don't think about it. You
There's,
buy
there's
it.
no time to think of the Nomanoichi. It's only open for like 2.5 hours, and everyone
Yeah.
wants the things there.
And
Yeah.
then my best find though at the Nomanoichi was I found Fire Emblem for the Game Boy Advance, and I went up to the guy, and this was a game that I'd pay a good chunk for because it's a favorite of mine. And it didn't have a box or manual or anything, but I didn't care. I just wanted the game. And he tells me it's $1, and I had to get him to repeat himself because I didn't hear him properly. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm just trying to get rid of it." I'm like, "I'm going to take that right now." So I ended up getting one of my favorite games for $1. And then other than that, I got a bunch of pins as usual. I picked up more art this time from the Artist Alley than I did. I picked up every pin or art thing for Bravely Default that I saw, and I think I got a picture of all the Bravely Default cosplayers. So
It's cool.
So there you
And
go,
then-
Bravely Default fans. If you regret not finding stuff, it's because of this guy.
yeah,
Fucking
Stole
bought
it
it
wasn't
all.
all.
Bought
there wasn't
all
a
out.
whole lot of it. There wasn't a whole lot of it, but it's my favorite game of the year so far. And then the one thing I did buy from the dealer room was I wanted a bit of nostalgia, so I picked up some Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I haven't done that in forever, and I have no intention of doing any more. But they re-released the Kaiba and the Yugi starter decks, so I'm like, well, I could get those, and I could play those with Rob or Tim or something, because one's a dragon and one's a spellcaster deck, and I'm like, yeah, we can just have fun with this. So I'm probably gonna play a bit with Rob on Tuesday when he comes over.
Well, that's cool.
It's a super silly game, but like I said, I have no intention of ever like adding more to this. But these two decks are like,
you're not gonna
these
be
are
playing
fun.
it very passionately.
Yeah, but these two decks are like just nostalgia boosts for me.
Yeah, I was thinking of getting a Digimon card battle thing online and actually learning how to play, because I never actually learned how to play Digimon card battle, and the starter thing is for 2 people.
Mhm.
But it was on Amazon, and I favorited it, and now it's not available anymore. So I don't think I'm ever gonna learn how to play Digimon cards, you guys.
That's
Snooze, you
one
lose,
card
right?
game I don't know how to play at all. I remember I bought the cards years ago, but I don't think I ever played it even like pretend played it like we used to play Pokemon cards. But I
Yeah.
know how to play Magic. I know how to play Pokemon. I know how to play
How
Yu-Gi-Oh.
how did you guys pretend Pokemon? Because at my school we had a way to. I want to know if it's similar.
It was just usually like use your attacks, and you never thought about
No
energies.
energies. You rock
Mostly
paper
it was just
scissors to see who
collecting.
goes first.
Yeah, that's what we did. It was rock paper scissors. Whoever won uses an attack, and it's just you always use the strongest, obviously, because you're not playing with
Yeah.
energies. And then it wasn't just turn based. It would be rock paper scissors again. So it was really just luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then if you lose a couple rock paper scissors in a row, you don't even get to go.
Yeah, I remember I
That's
actually
bullshit.
saw the one Pokemon. It was like a red little fox.
Mhm.
Someone's gonna name
Probably
it for me.
Ninetales or
No, Vulpix. Vulpix.
Vulpix.
Vulpix. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it has an attack that's like it just does 10 damage.
Mhm.
And we played for keeps in my school. and then it was going up against a Ninetales, which has like 90 HP
Yep.
and could take out the Vulpix in one hit. The kid fucking won that Ninetales.
Yeah.
He beat him 9 games in a row to take him down. It was
Now,
Wow.
if he was to play the actual game, then he would be able to evolve his Vulpix.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the schoolyard lost its shit, man.
When I remember because I never had cards of my own for the longest time, and my very first one, I think I traded like a fruit roll up for a Charmander. And that was my first Pokemon card. And then like it was probably about Christmas the year that they came out that I finally actually got some of my own, but not that many.
Yeah. You guys
Yep.
ever play with those fake ones that came in, like those
Oh,
Game
yeah.
Boy packages?
Purple backs, yeah.
Yeah.
Purple back, they were skinnier than the other ones. Yeah, I had those for a bit of time too.
Yeah,
But-
dollar store, man. Or
Yeah,
Frank's Milk.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could get those dirt cheap because they're fucking fake as hell.
Oh yeah, they weren't even like
They're-
convincing fakes.
No,
No,
they
They
weren't
have
even
the right
convincing
color.
fakes now, and
My-
these ones are wrong size, wrong
fake
shape, wrong color.
My fake Beelzemon card was better quality than those fake Pokemon cards.
Oh yeah. Let's say the cards never really took off that much at my school. Like people collected them, but no one really like tried playing even that much fake.
Yeah.
The game battling was a lot more popular at my school.
Yeah.
And I did a lot of that link cable battling, and I had a kick-ass golem that was just wrecking the show.
Yeah, I remember there was a bit of that. I never really played the Game Boy things because my family was pretty poor. And then when we did have the money, we got a PlayStation instead, which I feel was the better thing to do.
Yeah, probably.
I'm kind of glad that I was raised on PlayStation instead of a Game Boy, if I had to choose. But
Yeah.
I would always play other people's games, so I know a lot about like Red, Blue, and Yellow because I would always be playing with someone else's when they weren't playing it.
Mhm.
And yeah, basically it was just collecting when it came to the cards. Even with like when the Digimon cards were easily available, I was just trying to get one of each guy.
Yeah.
Get those hollows and those gold plated ones.
Mhm.
As for Pokemon cards though, I have a pretty special story. My first real pack, not the purple backs, my very first real pack of Pokemon cards. I open the package up, the first thing I see, holographic Charizard.
Oh man.
I was
Nice.
I was Mr. Popular at school so hard
Mhm.
cuz that was like, man, Charizard was the card. That was the best one, the hardest to get.
Mhm.
People were lining up to get a tug of my dick. It was incredible.
Fucking
The only time I've ever had a card pack thing like that like at least where it was a big deal at the time was when I was it was probably like grade 8 or something when I was buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I went to the toy shop in Lime Ridge Mall in Hamilton, and I bought a couple packs. And he's like, "If you get this, the Exodia head, I'll give you $30 for it on the spot." I pull it open, get that card. So I made money that day.
Yeah, that's how you make money.
You're making money.
Tips
I
from
was
Jamie
making
on how
money.
to make money. All right,
Get
so
some Zodiac.
on to purchases for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Cause wow, this one's going on a bit longer. Mine won't be half as long as you guys. I reserved 2 Saturn games at the Namanoichi. Enemy Zero without the manual, which is okay, and the first Panzer Dragoon 2 or Panzer Dragoon 2, which was actually I only paid $40 for it. You can usually get that game, I want to say, between $60 and $80. So that was a pretty good steal. And another Saturn game I got in the dealer's area, which was the first Panzer Dragoon. So I was cool getting 1 and 2 of what I think is considered the most well-known games on the Saturn.
Mhm.
One, because it was a launch title, and two, because it was just really great. And the third one, Panzer Dragoon Saga, which I did see at Anime North, which I didn't buy because that game is worth around $400.
That's it, eh?
Yeah, that's all. And I didn't have that cash on me at the time, so I was like, nah, I'll pass. But no, I like to think one day I'll have that game, but not today, because that's a lot
One
of
day.
fucking money.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear that it's not just super rare, but it is a really excellent game. But that's a lot, you know.
Very few games are worth $400.
Yeah, like, even if it's really good, it's not $400. That's like what you could buy like a PS4 right now for almost that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was just those Saturn games, and when we were at the mall before Anime North, I picked up a couple PS3 games. Nothing really worth mentioning, just games I wanted to play eventually.
Mhm.
And oh yeah, I bought a little talking turret that lights up from Portal.
Right.
Even though you couldn't get it to talk properly for the life.
Yeah,
Not for a while.
when I first started, like, I turned the light on when I was first pressing the button. It wouldn't talk, but it talks fine now. I think that's all I bought really. Mostly just bought like food and stuff.
Mhm.
Took lots of pictures though.
Yeah.
Not
Definitely
as
lots of
not as many as some. There's actually, Tim, if you get the opportunity, check out the other people's albums on the official Anime North Facebook group, because
Yeah.
I saw a ton of pictures of cosplays that I didn't even see.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, that always happens.
yeah, I'm looking at like, wow, I didn't even see that. That's really cool. I wish, like, if I had, I would have taken a picture. But it's definitely worth looking at other people's albums on the Anime North page, because you'll see things that you weren't around to see, and
Mhm.
that's cool. There was actually, I saw a really cool monster thing. It was this cool purple monster, and I was like, oh shit, what's that from? And someone actually had the name of it in the description, so I looked it up, and it was a fucking League of Legends character. I was really disappointed.
League of
Because
Legends.
I was like, I don't know what that's from, but it's probably really cool. I want to watch that series. I'm like, oh, it's a League of Legend.
Can't watch that series.
Oh well. But what are some cosplays that you guys saw that you thought was pretty amazing?
Obviously the Galleon
Yeah,
cosplay.
I knew that's
Yeah.
where Tim was going immediately.
That was pretty boss. I mean, like, it wasn't excellent, but it was really cool that he did it.
Yeah. Well, it was pretty good. Like,
It was
robe thing
good.
was accurate.
Yeah, no, the robe was accurate. Galleon basically has 4 outfits, and that was easily the easiest one to do.
Yeah, that was the easiest one.
So,
At least it was done really well.
yeah, no, he did it. He did it well. It was very good.
If so, Tim, if you were to cosplay Galleon, which outfit would you pick?
I'd probably go with the second easiest.
I hope you're gonna pick one that's easy to find on Google, because I'm gonna put a picture up if I can.
It's like his purple lounging robe where he's playing the lute.
Yeah, I've seen that
Acting
picture.
robe. It's probably the second easiest to do.
So you think you're gonna do that one?
Well, that just seems like the most comfortable and the easiest to start with.
Yeah,
and then if
comfort
you
is
do a
definitely
harder-
something you want to consider when you're making
Yeah.
a cosplay.
No, definitely. So-
That topic's gonna come up in a minute, so let's not go crazy on that yet.
Let's not do it.
But yeah, so are you gonna? The one thing that's crucial is, are you gonna buy a lute and carry it around?
Yes.
Are you gonna learn how to play a song?
Well, the thing is, lutes, like, that's not actually a lute, like a official lute. Lutes are like, they have a shorter neck.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't think there is an instrument that looks like that. That's kind of like a custom.
Oh, do you think you're gonna have to make it?
I might have to make something like that. I might be able to get an instrument close, and then like paint it green or whatever,
Yeah.
or whatever color it is. But
Well, you gotta figure, if anyone does recognize you, they'll be really happy that you're at least carrying around an instrument similar.
mhm. Yeah, I think it's worth it to get something like it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see.
So aside from Galleon, anything else that was incredible that you want to mention?
Not incredible. I did like the one dark costume. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's
that was
not
cool.
very often you get to see old PlayStation game cosplays.
I didn't even see Dart until your pictures.
That was pretty cool. It was well done too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the armor was cool. I got a picture of that
Yeah.
that I'll put up.
Yeah, cool looking armor.
Yeah, I appreciate, like, because you know that he probably wasn't recognized that much, because Legend of Dragoon is one game on PlayStation. That's it. It's not a series. It was never brought up again. There's no HD re-release. So
It is on the PlayStation Network, though.
yeah,
Yep.
at least there's that.
That's true.
But yeah, I'm sure it's costumes like that where when a fan recognizes you, it's extra special. because it's like not a lot of people know about it, so I'm really happy that you did. So you got Galleon and Dart. Anything else stand out for you?
I don't know.
Any other PlayStation 1 games that you want to talk about?
Nah, I'm good. I'm satisfied with the amount of PlayStation 1 games. Well, I mean, I saw some Chrono Cross stuff too, which was cool, but
Oh yeah, actually,
won't bore you with the details.
I didn't see Kid, but I did see photos of Kid from
Yeah.
Chrono Cross.
Yeah, same here.
How about you, Jamie? Any
Um,
cosplays that blew your mind?
well, there's some cool things that I didn't expect to see. Like there was a Little Mac with Doc Lewis, the Punch Out, and
Yep.
his trainer, and I loved that. And I ended up running into him the next day because he was with a Ryu and a Chun Li. So he was at the Marvel vs. Capcom shoot, and he actually recognized me as Frank West the next day.
Oh, that's cool.
That was kind of cool. Probably the best one that I saw was the Final Fantasy X Aeon Yojimbo, and it was
Right,
just
yeah.
a fantastic
Oh yeah,
costume.
that was really well done. What a cool costume.
It's that's one that's always kind of been on my like wish list, and there was just a lot of work that obviously went into that.
Oh yeah,
so I loved
tons of
it.
work. Because it's not like with the cosplay, it's just they're all human shaped. Yojimbo isn't really human shaped. There's tons of shit piled on him. He's awkwardly shaped. You have to
Yeah.
create
Well,
the entire
he's a human
exterior.
with a bunch of stuff
Yeah.
on him. Yeah.
You have to create the entire exterior. You can't just throw clothes
Uh.
on yourself and alter it. Like there's tons of work to be done there.
One of my more unexpected ones was they had a bunch of guys going around as the Besaid Oryx, at least some of them. I think there was 3, and then you'd see a Waka here and there, or a Titus.
Yeah.
So that was really cool to see. And then a lot of the stuff at the Zelda shoot was really cool, which I went to with my friend, and she was dressed as Midna, and there was a couple other Midnas, and they had the one dancing guy from Majora's Mask, and I got a video of him that I'll put up sometime, doing the dance. And there, obviously there's a bunch of Links there too, but Links are a dime a dozen.
Yeah, Zelda's.
But there was some
still
other
going
really
strong.
cool, some really cool stuff. There's one guy did the Ocarina of Time like N64 polygon graphic Ganondorf.
Oh yeah.
In like the pig Ganon form, and it was wicked. And then they had like the guy with the music box from Ocarina of Time that plays the Song of Storms. There was
Yeah, he
two
was
of
playing
two of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
was
There's
remember-
one
actually
who was-
playing it though. Like
There's
he
one who was
playing
playing the Song of Storms, and there's one who had an accordion.
Yeah.
So they might have been different characters, but the same sort of idea. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think it's really cool when people take like a really oftenly used costume and then add a little twist to it that makes it stand out like that.
Yeah.
Like I feel I don't know if we've seen it at Anime North or I just saw a photo and it's all bleeding together, but I feel like I've seen Final Fantasy VII Cloud cosplay that looked blocky like he did in Final Fantasy VII the game, like the
Yeah.
overworld.
That was like a New York Comic Con or something like that. I remember seeing that online.
Yeah, I remember I saw that and I was like, that's a special Cloud right there. You remember that Cloud?
Yeah. But no, I can't really think of a whole lot that's really super standout, but I also have not gone through. I think I have like 900 pictures total that I have to go through.
Jeez Louise.
So, I mean, a lot of those are doubles, so probably about 250 that would be
Yeah.
worth posting, but I still have not even looked at them other than the number and putting them on my computer off my camera.
Yeah, just like that's an intimidating task. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
do that a little later.
Yeah. So, we'll see what comes up, what refreshes my memory when I
Yeah.
see them, but
I
there was a
didn't-
lot of good stuff there, obviously.
I didn't take a ton of pictures because I just don't really have a really good camera. And I just kind of feel like, everyone else is taking a picture. I'm going to be looking at these pictures on the Anime North group anyways.
Yeah.
But there's a couple that I thought were really cool. One that stood out for me was Kaine from Nier, because I feel like no one else has played Nier, so I'm really happy to have met someone else that did and liked it enough to cosplay as someone that just walks around with 2 giant swords and lingerie.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. She also helped answer my Drakengard question. She was a really sweet girl, which is completely out of character for Kaine because she's a potty mouthed bitch.
Potty mouth.
Another one that did actually stand out now that I take a brief look, there was a girl dressed as Loki, and it was probably the best Loki costume I've ever seen.
Oh, I was about to go browsing through photos and I remembered I can't switch window.
Aw.
Don't choose which one. Actually, now that the one really good costume I completely forgot about was the Tyrael. The Tyrael from Diablo 3.
Oh, that guy with the no
yeah.
face and the white robes
Yeah.
and the armor? That was cool.
The one guy, had really he did the armor like pretty much spot on.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Diablo, but I could tell that was a great costume. It looked
That was
it was
excellent.
thoroughly detailed.
There was also a female Tyrael, which did the armor good too, but obviously she had it like more bikini-esque,
Yeah.
just with some skin, which was cool. But I mean, like it didn't have the same detail.
Oh, the steampunk Doc Ock was another really good one.
I don't know if I got one of Doc Ock.
I did. I just
I
saw it
saw
on
him
my
like
phone.
a lot, and I was like, somebody else would get him.
Yeah, sometimes like when a costume's really good, I also don't want to stop and take a photo because a lot of people are doing it, and that's probably annoying for the cosplayer.
Hmm.
A lot of the times it's just like, he's been in this area for a while, probably because people keep stopping him. So maybe I'll just get him another time. Then I just don't really see it. So a lot of the time I put it off just to be polite, you know. Because like usually when I'm taking photos, I rarely like stop someone to ask them if someone else has and they're posing, I'll get in there real quick because it's like, oh, they're posing for a picture, so they obviously don't mind. But
Well,
I don't want to
even in
stop
those
them.
situations, I still ask.
Yeah, Jamie,
Yeah,
you're extra polite, the politest guy maybe.
not the whole time.
I just like to get in there and get it like I'm visible. They can see me doing it. There was actually
Yeah.
some talk on the Facebook group about taking candid pictures and how it's a little weird and you totally shouldn't take candid pictures.
Yeah,
Like if they're posing and they can see you, then you know they're posing to get their picture taken. You know they dig it.
yeah,
Or if you ask them, of course they will. But you shouldn't do it candid.
No.
That's a little weird.
definitely
Always
not.
make sure they're aware of it and they're okay with it. But I mean, like ultimately, you know, we're dressing up to have our picture taken. So
Yeah, most people want to get the picture taken anyways, but nobody wants to get one like when you're just, you're sitting around. What if you're picking your nose or something? Like,
I'm picking my nose pretty often, and I'm glad there's
yeah,
no photos of that happening.
hey, you don't want people taking a picture of that.
Now, how about our cosplay pass, Tim? I want to start with you.